we will compare the velocity profile at the outlet that we get from the fluent solution to the corresponding analytical result in the fully developed region. And we have an analytical result only in the fully developed region, and we saw in the pre-analysis that the equation for the velocity profile looked like that. And I want to compare the velocity profile we get from this equation to the velocity profile at the outlet in the fluent solution. What I've done here is I've created a CSV file in Excel, and where I have listed, in the left hand column I have the axial velocity, and in this column I have the radial distance from the axis. So at the axis the radial distance is 0 and the corresponding axial velocity is 2, and then at the wall the radial distance is 0.1 and the corresponding axial velocity is 0. And I've given you this file in CSV format, and you can download it using the link beneath this video. So right click on the link and save it into your user_files folder, or you could save it to another folder. Let me go to my folder. Save it to your user_files folder. I think that's the cleanest. Otherwise, sometimes you get this error that it's not able to find the file when you move the location of the project. And I've called it vel_profiles_handcalc, and I'm using handcalc to distinguish it from the profile that we're getting from Fluent. Let's read this into CFD post. So I'll go to CFD post, and for velocity profile I'll highlight the data series tab and say new. And for file, so I'll say file here, and I'll browse to the location, and if I click on user_files, it'll give me that particular location. So I'll highlight that file and I'll say open and then say apply. Okay, I had to do that again. And you see now it gives me the velocity profile from the analytical solution, and you see that it's the fluent solution is pretty close to the analytical solution in the fully developed region. So this is the fluent solution in the fully developed region, and the difference might be, it could be due to the linearization error, but that's unlikely since I've gone down to, the convergence was very smooth, and I'd gone down to a residual level of 10 to the power of -6. And it's probably then due to the discretization error. And so I can, one thing to check is that as I refine the mesh and reduce the discretization error, that the fluent profile agrees better with the analytical result. We'll do that in the verification section.